Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of describing pi. This is standard 7.5b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 39 of the 2022 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have the circumference of a circle is c inches, so we don't even have an actual measurement. The diameter is 19, so we actually have that. So which expression best represents the value of that? Is the Greek letter pi. So let's draw a picture of a circle here. And so when we're drawing a circle, there are actually only 3 different measurements that we can probably get without a whole bunch of calculation, right? So when we're looking at the outside, it's the circumference. So kind of think of it like the perimeter of a circle, right? What's the measure of the outside? And so in this case, we do actually have the circumference. They're just going to label it with the variable c. So the other 2 are going to be straight lines. Circumference obviously is curved here, always. And so the other 2 are going to be your diameter. So diameter is a straight line from one side to the other, but it has to be through the center. You're going to learn about other lines that don't pass through the center when you get into upper grades in high school. So your diameter here is going to be 19 inches. And typically they're going to give you this. Now, if they give you the diameter, you can always find the radius. Now, I'm going to represent the radius as a line that goes kind of up here like this, but it could go in any direction. Think of it like the hands of a clock. The radius can go in any direction as long as it starts in the center and moves out. And by definition, right, the radius is going to always be half of your diameter, because this right here is a radius, and then this right here is another radius, right? So radius is always half the diameter, or your diameter is always double the radius. So whenever you get a problem, they're only going to give you one of those, radius or diameter. So they don't give you the radius here. But if we wanted to figure out what it could be, we would take the 19, cut it in half, and you're going to get your 9.5. So our diameter is 19 inches, so the radius would be 9.5 inches. And that's where that comes forth in these 2 issues right here. And that's about it. If we wanted to calculate area, we'd have to do some different calculations. But those are the 3 basic measurements here. So what is pi? Pi is a ratio. Now, if you're looking for it on your mathematics chart, you're not going to find it. So this is why we need to go into such detail here. Pi is simply a ratio. And it is the ratio of, and this is where we need to always just remember this, the circumference over the diameter. So you always take the outside over the diameter, and that's the cool thing about it. It always equals about 3.14. It doesn't matter what the size of the circle is. That's why it's that very special value, pi, because it could be a really tiny circle, it could be a ginormous circle. The circumference over the diameter is always going to be about 3.14. So in this case, we need to fill this in here. We know our circumference is going to be just the c here, but the diameter, we actually have that right here. It's going to be 19. So when we're looking for c over 19 right here. This has got the diameter over the circumference. That's wrong. And these 2, they've got the 9.5, but that's going to be the circumference over the radius, or the radius over the circumference. We don't need those either. So our answer here is A.